Hello everyone, and welcome to my Update US Gossip channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Season 19 of Sister Wives has left many longtime fans disappointed, with a growing chorus of voices declaring it an epic failure that not only falls short of expectations but also appears to betray the very essence of what once made the show compelling. Viewers who had invested years following the Brown family's roller coaster journey are now expressing profound disillusionment as they watch what appears to be a repetitive, stale narrative that fails to evolve or address the long-standing issues that have plagued the family for decades. M.imdb.com. This forced viewing not only served as a stark reminder of Kody's insatiable ego but also highlighted the increasingly toxic dynamics that have come to define the Brown household, where individual agency is consistently sacrificed on the altar of his personal ambition and where the family members, particularly the wives and children, are often left as unwilling props in his quest for constant recognition, thus deepening the overall sense of frustration among viewers who recall earlier seasons with nostalgia for a time when the show offered glimpses of authentic emotion and genuine personal struggle rather than the relentless parade of staged conflicts and predictable plot twists we see now. Indeed, what was once heralded as a groundbreaking reality TV series that delved into the intricacies of a polygamous lifestyle has, by its 19th season, morphed into a formulaic rehash of tired themes, such as infighting over property, superficial attempts at reconciliation, and the ever-present competition for Kody's favor, that ultimately fail to capture the complexity of human relationships and instead serve as a constant source of disappointment for an audience that craves evolution and authenticity over mere spectacle, and it is this very stagnation that has led to a collective outcry among fans who feel that the producers have lost sight of the show's original intent, opting instead to chase ratings with recycled storylines that, while occasionally generating brief moments of viral controversy on social media, ultimately leave the audience with a bitter taste and a sense of having been misled about the potential for genuine growth and resolution within the family. As one dedicated fan lamented on various online platforms, "It's like we're watching a rerun of the same episode over and over again." And this sentiment is echoed by countless others who point out that not only have the character arcs of the sister wives and even Kody himself become painfully predictable, but the once dynamic interplay of personal transformation and familial resilience has been reduced to a series of scripted confrontations and empty apologies that lack the emotional depth necessary to move the narrative forward, leaving viewers to wonder if the Brown family, with all its inherent drama and vulnerability, will ever break free from the cycle of self-destruction that has long defined its existence. YouTube.com. The failure of Season 19 to deliver a fresh, meaningful narrative has not only resulted in widespread disappointment but also raised serious questions about the future direction of Sister Wives, as fans worry that the continual emphasis on sensationalism may ultimately alienate those who once found the raw, unvarnished depiction of family life to be its most compelling attribute. As this season progresses, the mounting evidence of creative stagnation and narrative fatigue may well signal that the show has reached a turning point, a moment when the promise of Distractify.com. Ultimately, the epic failure of Season 19 that many Sister Wives fans see is not just a criticism of a single episode or storyline, rather, it is a commentary on how far the show has strayed from its original goal of exploring the genuine challenges of maintaining personal identity and family cohesion under extraordinary circumstances. While a small number of viewers still have a glimmer of hope that the show might eventually find a way to reconnect with its core values of honesty, resilience, and the transform. In a jaw-dropping turn of events that has left Sister Wives fans reeling, reports have surfaced alleging that Kody Brown once forced his family to watch him on a game show, an incident that, if true, encapsulates the often overbearing and controlling nature of the patriarch's public persona. Multiple sources and fan accounts have painted a picture of a time when Kody's thirst for attention and validation took center stage, even at the expense of his own family's comfort and autonomy. However, details of the incident remain shrouded in the typical mix of reality television embellishment and chaos behind the scenes. This incident reportedly took place during a family gathering when Kody insisted that everyone watch his appearance on a popular game show, according to several posts that are circulating on social media and fan forums. Other posts include videos and eyewitness accounts that are shared on platforms like YouTube and Facebook. Rather than allowing his family members the option to skip or opt out of what many describe as a forced viewing, Kody allegedly corralled them together, making it clear that his television debut was an event not to be missed. This is seen as yet another example of how Kody's need for constant public adulation has frequently overridden his family's needs and preferences by fans who have long criticized his tendency to prioritize his own ego over the emotional well-being of those around him. The fact that Kody reportedly forced his family to watch, leaving little room for dissent, in addition to the fact that he was on a game show, an activity that, in and of itself, might appear harmless, makes the situation particularly troubling. Despite Kody's self-assured smile dominating the room, eyewitnesses described the scene as one filled with tension because some family members appeared visibly uneasy and disinterested. For many, this is more than just forced participation, it is a stark reminder of the Brown family's pervasive power dynamics. Critics argue that Kody's actions in this instance reflect a broader pattern of behavior, wherein he has consistently used his authority as the family patriarch to ensure that his desires and ambitions are prioritized above all else. The Brown family's on-camera dynamic is frequently a carefully orchestrated blend of genuine emotion and manufactured drama, as longtime viewers of Sister Wives are well aware. However, incidents like these have led many to question whether what we see on television is a fair representation of the underlying realities of the family. Fans point out that, in many ways, requiring a family to witness one's private performance removes one's individual agency and bolsters a culture of coercion that has been criticized for a long time by show watchers and scholars. Titled "Kody Forced Family to Watch Him on Game Show," in a recent YouTube video. The dissonance between Kody's exuberant on-screen persona and the evident discomfort among his family members was captured by what appeared to be raw footage of the event. As a result of this evidence, online debates have erupted regarding the extent to which Kody's behavior may be indicative of more fundamental problems in the family, problems that go beyond the petty antics of reality television and reach into the realm of emotional manipulation and control. The idea that Kody would force his family to watch him on a game show is seen as both tragically tragic and absurd by many fans. It suggests a strong desire to imprint his own sense of importance on every aspect of family life, even if it means imposing personal boundaries on those closest to him, and a profound need for validation. On sites like Reddit, some viewers have voiced their shock and dismay, with one post stating, "It's just another example of how Kody's ego never stops growing. He won't care if his family feels uncomfortable, as long as he is the center of attention, he will do anything to ensure that they are watching." Others have pointed out that this incident fits in with a recurring theme in the show, which is that Kody's actions frequently make his family feel like he's using them as props in his own personal quest for fame and approval. Kody's critics say that his insistence on forced viewings, of game show appearances or any other public performance, shows a fundamental disregard for his family's autonomy and individuality. Such conduct only serves to exacerbate feelings of alienation and powerlessness in a household already marked by stringent regulations and intricate power dynamics. This incident serves as a painful reminder for many viewers who have followed the show over the years of the instances in which Kody's need for control has overshadowed the personal needs and voices of his wives and children. It begs the uncomfortable question of whether Kody's environment is one in which dissent is not only discouraged but actively suppressed, ultimately contributing to the family's public image of dysfunction as a whole. Moreover, the forced viewing incident has sparked a broader conversation about the ethics of reality television production. While it is well understood that reality TV often involves elements of staging and manipulation, fans are increasingly vocal in their demand for authenticity and respect for individual boundaries. They argue that while editing and production choices can heighten dramatic tension, there is a line between orchestrating a narrative and infringing on personal autonomy. It reflects poorly on the production process and highlights the need for a more empathetic storytelling approach when a family is coerced into witnessing a moment that primarily serves the ego of one member. In this sense, the episode in question is not just a reflection of Kody's character, it is also a critique of a system that prioritizes ratings and drama over the well-being of its participants. Despite the controversy, Kody's forced family game show moment has also inadvertently provided a platform for discussions about the potential for change within the Brown family. Some fans have speculated that as the family evolves and as new members, such as Robyn's children and other emerging voices, assert themselves more forcefully, there might eventually be a pushback against Kody's domineering tendencies. This could result in a family dynamic that is more balanced, where each member's voice is heard without being overshadowed by one person's never-ending quest for fame. However, for many viewers, the incident is too emblematic of the long-standing issues within the family to serve as a catalyst for real change. In a nutshell, Sister Wives viewers have been moved by Kody Brown's admission that he once coerced his family to watch him on a game show. This revelation encapsulates the larger themes of control, coercion, and the insatiable desire for validation that have long been associated with his public persona. It is a stark, unforgettable moment that not only reveals the Brown family's internal power struggles but also raises important ethical questions about reality television's nature. This incident serves as a powerful reminder of the personal costs of living a life under constant scrutiny and the profound, sometimes painful impact that one person's ego can have on an entire family system as the show continues to document the complex and frequently contentious relationships within the family. Kody's forced game show appearance is a symbol of the broader dysfunction for fans who have followed the story over the years. Many people hope that this dysfunction will eventually be fixed, opening the way for a future in which respect, autonomy, and genuine connection are not sacrificed in favor of fame and sensationalism. Fans of Sister Wives have long scrutinized every decision made by the Brown family, and one of the more painful critiques emerging in recent seasons concerns the way Kody Brown appears to have placed an undue burden on Meri Brown's only child, a criticism that strikes at the core of family dynamics and raises serious questions about responsibility, emotional well-being, and the impact of living a life perpetually under the microscope of reality television. Over the years, viewers have witnessed how the pressures of a polygamous household and Kody's relentless pursuit of attention and validation have not only affected his wives but have also reverberated through his children. In recent episodes, a growing chorus of fans has expressed concern that Kody's actions, whether through forcing family participation in his personal endeavors or demanding public displays of loyalty and support, have inadvertently, or perhaps even deliberately, imposed expectations on Meri's child that are both inappropriate and emotionally damaging. Many believe that, by insisting on showcasing his personal triumphs, such as his earlier appearance on a popular game show, or by involving the family in events that primarily serve to inflate his ego, Kody has not only prioritized his own need for recognition but has also left little room for the child to develop a healthy sense of self away from the constant pressure to perform as part of a larger, controversial narrative. m.imdb.com. YouTube.com. Meri's child, who has been largely shielded from the harsh spotlight compared to other family members, finds themselves caught in the crossfire of Kody's insatiable desire for public adulation and the equally intense expectations that come with being part of the Brown family. Observers point out that moments on camera reveal a disconcerting dynamic. While other children in the family are given the space to form their own identities and pursue individual interests, Meri's child has at times been forced into roles or situations that seem designed solely to serve Kody's need for validation. Whether it's being present for public appearances, forced to participate in staged events, or even inadvertently becoming part of Kody's attempts to reassert his authority, these instances underscore a broader pattern where the youngest, most vulnerable members of the family are left to bear the weight of adult ambitions and unresolved family tensions. Critics argue that this overburdening not only compromises the child's emotional well-being but also contributes to an environment where personal growth is stunted by the relentless demands of a public persona, a sentiment that resonates deeply with fans who have watched the Brown family evolve over decades. Moreover, the criticism is not solely about the immediate discomfort observed during family events. It is emblematic of a systemic issue within the family structure. For years, Kody's behavior has often been characterized by an overbearing need to control the narrative, a trait that has repeatedly manifested in situations where he insists on family members participating in activities that primarily serve his own interests. In doing so, he effectively minimizes their individuality and forces them to conform to a singular, orchestrated vision of what it means to be part of the Brown family. For Meri's child, This means that even personal milestones or moments of private significance become secondary to the demands of a collective image, a reality that has led many fans to question whether Kody's relentless pursuit of fame and validation comes at an unsustainable cost. In several interviews and confessional segments, Meri herself has hinted at the emotional toll these dynamics take, expressing regret that her child has had to endure the fallout from decisions that were driven more by Kody's ambition than by any genuine concern for the family's holistic well-being. Critics also point out that Kody's actions have long-term implications for the child's development and future relationships. Being forced to participate in highly orchestrated family events where the focus is relentlessly on Kody's accomplishments creates an environment in which the child may struggle to understand their own identity independent of the family brand. This pressure is compounded by the constant comparisons and expectations that are ingrained in a reality TV setup, where every action is scrutinized and every misstep is magnified for public consumption. Fans fear that such experiences could leave lasting scars, shaping the child's self-esteem and influencing how they form relationships in the future. It's a sentiment echoed in many online discussions, where viewers lament that while Kody's desire for attention might be driven by his own insecurities and the pressures of sustaining a controversial public image, the collateral damage is borne by those who are least equipped to handle it, namely, the children who are caught in the crossfire of adult ambitions and familial power struggles. Distractify.com. The controversy surrounding this issue is further amplified by the broader context of the Brown family's public narrative. Sister Wives has long been a window into the tumultuous world of polygamy and the intricate, often painful relationships that define it. Fans who have followed the series for years are acutely aware of the emotional volatility that characterizes the family dynamic, an environment where every member is expected to sacrifice personal comfort for the sake of a collective image. Kody's decision to force his family to watch his game show appearance is just one in a long line of actions that have sparked outrage and concern among viewers. It is seen as a microcosm of a larger problem, a family system where individual autonomy is routinely sacrificed at the altar of public performance and personal ambition. For Meri's child, this means being thrust into a role that is more about maintaining the family's public facade than about nurturing genuine, supportive relationships, a reality that has left many fans wondering how much longer this unsustainable dynamic can continue without irreparably harming the youngest members of the family. YouTube.com. Additionally, this incident highlights the often blurred lines between reality and production in reality television. While it is understood that many moments on shows like Sister Wives are either staged or amplified for dramatic effect, fans argue that there is a significant difference between acceptable levels of dramatic tension and outright exploitation of family members, especially children. When a parent's need for the spotlight results in forcing their children into uncomfortable or demeaning situations, it raises ethical questions about the responsibilities of both the producers and the participants. In the case of Kody Brown, his actions have not only fueled speculation about his motives but have also sparked a broader conversation about how reality TV, as a genre, can sometimes prioritize sensationalism over the well-being of its subjects. For many viewers, this incident is emblematic of a systemic failure, a failure to protect the most vulnerable members of a family from being used as props in a never-ending quest for ratings and public attention.